You know, the life of a non-tip hunter and the definition of insanity seem to go hand in hand, because here we are again, doing the same old thing, expecting and hoping for a different result. But we are going to change it up just a little bit, because I feel like we are about due for a non-tip. It's been a couple of weeks, and we're going to jump right down into mule deer territory and see if maybe we can find one. Not exactly what we want to hear, but we'll jump in this day in just in case. Best I can tell, that cow elk is the only thing around. I thought maybe she'd at least bring a bull with her, but we might as well, as opposed to just getting out of the stand and spooking her, see if we can drop her there. That'll work just fine, and we can be on our way. So it's been quite a while since we started to hunt this way. Typically, we'll just walk our way all the way down to this stand, but since we decided to fast travel, we'll be able to pretty much right away get down into this area where we often find, I would say, the bulk of our mule deer bucks, and we'll see if maybe doing that early makes any difference. So I think the official answer to the question, is it going to be improved if we go right in the mule deer territory? Probably is no. It's been 45 minutes, we finally have a buck, and he's not exactly anything to write home about. 45 to 75, however, there was another buck that grunted somewhere back in there. Now, I don't think it's a group of 5, just kind of like looking at the situation. However, just in case it is, or really even if it's not, I want to get up here and get this shot sooner rather than later. And inevitably, that guy is just standing there, and it doesn't do us any good to make a poor shot and end up spooking him. So, gonna try to get in a little bit closer. I can't tell if he maybe was onto us there a little bit. He's just looking a little bit nervous, and for whatever reason, just refusing to move. So I guess we'll try to take a shot at 30. Don't really love this, especially given the way everything else is gone. See if we can get this. Okay, something's going our way. So there's another buck back in there somewhere. Maybe he'll bring other ones, but all I hope is that he's over 100 inches at this point. Well, now I'm a little bit confused, because there's 2 bucks coming in, which you certainly wouldn't think. You know, there could have been 3 solos all in the same area, especially not 2 basically together. I kind of think there's at least some chance we can get away with this. Now, he's staring at us already. That's 36 meters. Oh, right in the heart, I think, but it still spooked that other buck. Oh, there was another one there. And a better one. Are they somehow going to come in? Oh my goodness, we definitely lucked out, but it's no, 400 non-tip, no non-tip at all, but way better than those first 2. So 155 to 185, short tines and all, but it is nice to see a big frame buck, especially after the amount of time we've been here with literally nothing. That's about the size of the first one we shot, and maybe for once we don't have to take as risky a shot. By the way, big sticker coming off the main beam, that's going to drop his score down to even more. Just gotta see here, is he going to want to go above those trees? It kind of looks like it, so we'll crawl to the side. What a spot to stop. Alright, we got a little window here. He sees us. Oh, somehow that hit him. I was really afraid that was just going to stick in this tree, or the hitbox of the tree that kind of extends beyond it. We ended up with, looks like a lung shot, so that's going to be all good. 2 dead bucks here. This one, lung and liver at 33 meters. That was a 62. I mean, we're moving in the right direction, go from 62, probably to 120s, 130s. Double lung liver at 36, by the way. 131. And then finally this guy, who I'm not so sure is going to top 180, but sure looks a lot better with the mass than the first 2. He won't quite beat them both combined, but close. And another buck. Maybe this is why we couldn't find any. They're all in this area here. Very often late in hunts, and I mean, I guess we're approaching an hour in now. Like, this area around this mountain near these lakes is really, really good. And, I mean, that's going to be, what, the 6th buck we'll have eyes on? Can't be from the ones that we just spooked. There's no way they'd be calm yet. I mean, that is one heck of a drop time. Got another sticker there, too. Not quite a non-tip, but dang, he's not too far off. Just a 100 to 125, but nice to actually find some bucks. Nothing huge in here, but definitely, like, I feel a lot more optimistic about the rest of the hunt, just from the mere fact that we've actually found some stuff. So that's going to be buck number 4 now. Still going to go and recover the probably 180-ish. What? Were there more coming in again? Yeah, there were. That guy's very stuck, but I guess that'll be the next move. We'll try to go and catch up with them. So there were two groups of bucks in the same area. I mean, yeah, no wonder we weren't really finding anything. Let's go and figure out where this guy got to. By the time we recover him and kind of slowly work our way back in here, they should be just about calmed down. So wouldn't you know it, we had another grunt on the way down here and actually maybe walking in here right now. So quickly, let's grab this buck. His lung and stomach at 19 meters, he was 176. And somewhere right here in front of us, kind of sounds like, boy, are we in a bad spot. Somewhere kind of like to the left. Oh, he's spooked. I can't believe he, I guess, had gotten eyes on us. He didn't look anything huge to me. Certainly wasn't a non-tip or nothing, but I didn't think he was even close enough to do that. Well, nonetheless, I guess we'll go back and try to get on the other group of bucks that we're supposed to be tracking. I mean, for everything to be in one spot like this after all that time struggling, it's absurd that this is where all the deer were, but honestly, we're just lucky we actually went here. So this would be our group of bucks, and that guy there, same estimate as the other one before, but definitely the best in there. Now we killed one of them. There's 3. Number 4 is somewhere right down here on this lake, meaning that's the entirety of the 5, and we can just go ahead and try to take that biggest one out. Probably we'll go ahead and use the gun, even though it does seem every buck on the map is right here in this area right now. Soon as we can get eyes back on him, because now we gotta sidestep back this way. He is maybe in a spot where we can get him. Pretty flat shooting rifle, the 7.64, so soon as we get something... Oh, he's stuck there. That actually might not be bad, because it won't take much for him to get actually out of sight. Let's see. That hit about where we wanted. I don't think he's going to go far, and maybe we can fast travel actually like across the river here, and maybe to another spot where there could be some bucks kind of gathered by now. And that was, by the way, a single lung shot, so exactly what the doctor ordered. He is literally laying right there. And now in the span of, I don't know, 20 minutes, we've shot 5 or 6 mule deer bucks. I've even lost count already, but now 2 decent ones. I do think this guy is better than the last one. Right lung, 211 meters. Oh no, he's actually worse, 170? Where are we missing? Okay, a couple of short tines, short main beams. No stickers though. Oh yeah, there is one. But nothing significant? That is pretty wild, other than that huge one going through his ear. Never mind, that makes sense. Anyway, maybe any really big ones that are out here won't have absurd stickers that'll cost some score. But what I'm thinking of doing, let's clear those markers, is jumping down to here. It won't even cost us 2 camping supply. And there is something here, but it sounds like a whole bunch of those. Let's see if we can somehow get to the stand and like try to survey the scene here. I don't think we're gonna get to. Oh no. What a great time not having any arrows. I think we're gonna have to shoot that one because it's walking right at us anyway. And at least we can go from there. If we can get back in here, that would be nice. Any day now. Okay. Should be able to get that. There's a chance the other ones don't spook, but I wouldn't say it's a good one. Yeah, that's gonna send all those does running. Still well could be bucks around, so I guess we'll take it slow, but man, not exactly what we wanted, but there were deer right here on top of the tent as expected. So that was a neck bone shot at 10 meters. We will take that, and we'll climb up here and look around. So there's our stand about 200 meters away. Didn't have to go too far to at least encounter a buck. Now, I think maybe for the first time this hunt, it's a solo buck, not one in the group. We can go ahead and try to get a shot at that. He's in about the 20. And I guess we'll kind of keep on following the river. I'm not really sure what to do from here because many times, this is basically where we end our hunts, but the way things went early, we kind of ended up here already. So maybe the move then is follow this down around and just go up the river, maybe look for pumas, wolves, still could be mule deer up there as well. And at least that'll kind of allow us to cover all of our bases. So double lung liver, a 126 score, and I think we'll give that a shot. Well, it's no non-tip, but finally, a nice buck, 190 to 220. Now his right main beam is a little bit short. Man, actually both main beams are short, so it's not a deduction. but it's obviously going to cost him a little bit of score. That looks like it should be like a 215 frame, but it's so narrow, and those beams being short, he may fall shy at 200, I'm not sure. I still think he can get there. He's at 42 meters. I actually wanted to go stop by a tent and grab the e-collar in case we see any Pumas. The wind is decent, and this is like a weird spot on the river. I don't know where he'd cross, so we shouldn't have any crosswind. That just hit perfectly. Very rarely do we bother to test the wind. I'm really never too concerned about animals winding us. Generally speaking, that's just not a major part of why we end up spooking things, but in that case, that was super useful. I probably don't go for that shot if there's any crosswind at all. Now the question is, even despite the short beams, does he somehow top 200? He's got great tine length, no real deductions that I can see. Got him lung, liver, intestine at 43 meters. Oh my goodness, a 199.2, wouldn't he be? I mean, he would have been probably a 210, maybe 215 with full-length beams then. But I mean, I did say that I was hoping our, biggest buck in the hunt wouldn't have any stickers. He doesn't have any stickers, just those short tines cost him being a 200 plus. So, as far as where we're at, decently far out the river. I want to get to this tent and grab that e-collar, and we'll probably just continue all the way along looking for Pumas, and clearly, as we just saw, there can be quality bucks up here. I mean, we are having no problem not only finding bucks, but quality bucks. 155 to 185 coming on that side. Over here, we've got another pretty good one, 190 to 220. And I think, just in the interest of making sure we get the better one, that's 40 meters. The wind should be blowing left here a little bit. Actually, he's kind of turning broadside, so if we can do this, try to lead him. Oh my goodness, that worked perfectly. So we knew the wind was blowing in our face, like facing the river just a little bit ago. So we put an extra lead on him, thinking the wind would blow that further left, and it worked absolutely to perfection. Now, it's like the opposite. He's got short back tines, beautiful main beams, just huge, lengthy main beams, and I swear he's going to score almost the exact same thing. So a little bit of a safer shot. He's into almost 20. Gonna go ahead and try to get the full draw before he stops. I mean, he's got good width and everything. Maybe he could be 200, but I really think he's gonna fall short as well. But probably like a 170s, and whatever this guy is, moving right along here, even 2 hours into the hunt. So this is, as we got double lung and intestine, a calculating score 198. So literally, if we just combine the two bucks, got the main beam length of that guy and the longer back tines of the last one, we'd have like a 215 or whatever, but nonetheless, not what we're after here anyway. Double lung here, 125 kilo, 166. And from a hunt that we didn't kill a buck for 45 minutes, in the last hour and 15, we've killed a lot of nice bucks. So I mean, inevitably, we had to find another smaller buck somewhere. Just 105 to 135, but we actually hopped up here to the tent, grabbed the e-collar, and should we encounter any Pumas going forward, we'll be good to go to bring them in. But I think all but one harvest today have been mule deer bucks, so that should be, if I'm not mistaken, buck number 11. Not a bad deal at all. Got him double lung and spine, just to make sure he's going nowhere, 130. And yeah, we'll go ahead and just kind of slowly make our way up all the way along here. Hopefully we can find a Puma or two to try to get a skull mount for the lodge. Well, who needs collars when you can just spot Pumas out in front of you? I think that's a female. It doesn't look like it's got a very big skull, but we'll take a quick look. Actually, I think I'm wrong. That might be a decent male. If we could stop getting behind... Yeah, that's max weight estimate. Our spotting so low, max weight estimate will be like probably 75-80% of Pumas. Just gonna do the crouching forward thing here. Just went to lick his paw and we shot. I thought that could cost us, but for those that don't know, for whatever reason, like if you can't get prone if there's too much grass, if you crouch forward and especially like hold your breath, it is impressively stable as opposed to just sitting down crouching. Kind of inexplicable, but it works pretty good and it worked there. Now I did say we want a Puma skull for the lodge, so there's a chance here, I suppose. Really hard to say, and we haven't shot that many to be able to field judge them well. Let's see. 85 kilo is decent. Right long shot, 15.4, not what we're going to skull mount. Probably, we would need to be in the area of 100 kilo to hope for like a 15.9. What I really want is a 16 plus, They didn't even used to be able to score 16 plus, but then they added that 4th decimal, and that, for some reason, made it so they can get up north of 16. None since that's happened, but if we keep on coming out here, and no reason to think we're going to stop anytime soon, eventually maybe we can find one. Now we got another one. We may need the color here. He's got to be, like, right on this hillside. And frankly, rather than just looking around and trying to find him, let's try to redirect him down here. And it is another male, so that at least has some kind of potential. Now that that's going, maybe we can just spot him. No need to bring him all the way in if we can see him. I don't know if he's behind a tree or what. That should be the area. There he is, just kind of walking along up there. Doesn't seem to have any interest whatsoever in our call. But frankly, he doesn't really need to, as long as we can make this shot. That'll do just fine. I will say he didn't look that big, didn't get him spotted, which, you know, we could use the Puma spotting skill, but we'll take him any way we can get him. Where did I put that? There it is. Get that taken down and go and take a look. So I suppose, moment of truth, because we're going in completely blind, and his head's half hidden in the ground, so we really can't tell. Yeah, he's 92 kilo, that's better. Left lung's 15.6, still below what we'd skull him out, but a couple of good ones, like 300 odd GM just for killing those two Pumas like 200 meters apart. Hardly needed the color. And I mean, I guess we'll walk all the way down around here. This kind of curls back around, and there's definitely potential for more Pumas, and if there's 2, why not 3? Can you guys hear that? There's like a super... I had 2 male Puma calls over here, and it was like a growly sound that I've never heard before. I wonder if there's somewhere we can see them, because, I mean, unless the game just kind of freaked out there, we got 2 separate calls, and like I said, I've never actually heard that sound. Now again, we haven't killed that many, but we found a lot of Timbergold. They're still doing it, like, it's a super, almost kind of spooky, eerie sound. Like, what the heck? It almost reminds me of Halloween, like werewolves and stuff. But I just can't see them anywhere. I guess we'll just try to call them in. That's the 2. There's 2 males. Are they fighting or something? Are they gonna do something here? I think so. Oh my goodness. Listen to that. They're like hissing at each other. They're growling at each other. Little like play fighting maybe? This is the coolest thing I've ever seen in Hunter Classic. I had no idea this happened. Okay, don't do anything. I want to get my spotting scope. I don't know what you guys are going to do next. You got to wait till I can see it. That's really cool. Look at him baring his teeth. So it looks like it's just kind of a little bit of a back and forth thing. That is sweet. Now, can we get them both? We're going to try. I don't love our odds of it, but we are going to try. I mean, this might be one of the wildest things we've ever gotten on film in Hunter Classic. 2 male Pumas who just kind of like got into a little fight thing there, and now they're both coming into the call. The one thing I can think of as far as a chance to get them both, another thing I've never actually experienced, but I know the Pumas do, they will attack you. And I wonder if we let these guys get just a little bit closer, maybe like right about to here, if we kill the bigger one, will this guy try to go aggressive and let us get a shot? I think the bigger one's the one out front. He is. I don't particularly think either is that big, but we're about to find out here. Let's get this guy. I'm going to zoom out so I can see the other one. He took off and disappeared in the water? Where'd he go? What? Is he still in the water? I'll turn this off so I can hear. I mean, maybe he got out of there and just went right up the hill. I sure didn't see him. Just gonna pay really close attention just in case. I don't think he's in there. I'm not entirely sure. We'll try to get his tracks and find out. Anyway, this guy, 79 kilos, so both were smaller end Pumas then, because they were, that's not even 15 plus, but they were pretty obviously about the same size. That was awesome. And by the way, there's your fleeing track. He got up and out of there, and I'm not terribly worried about it. He's not a real big Puma, and we've now killed 3 and seen one of the coolest things we've ever witnessed in the Hunter Classic. I think we're going to call it a video at that. Tons of bucks, 3 male Pumas, could have been 4, I mean, if somehow we got a shot at that, but also that fighting thing. Something I've never seen, I was not aware they did, but that sound, like, it was clearly something going on, and I'm so glad we took the time to investigate, because that was a really cool visual out here in the mountains of Timbergold Trails. No 400 non-tip just yet, but I think, you know, maybe the rarest encounter we've actually had on this map. Hopefully that sort of thing can continue. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.